Dear Airsoft enthusiasts, my name is Laurentiu Zanfirescu. I am the acting chair of Western Australia Airsoft Club. In today's video, we bring you an interview with two of the most prominent airsoft lobbying personalities in the European Union. The purpose of the interview is education and awareness raising regarding the sport of airsoft. Keep tuned. Hi Matt, hello Joachim. Thank you for accepting this invitation to have this interview today and helping us with our lobbying efforts for the sport of airsoft here in Australia. So can you please introduce yourselves and also provide a short summary of your experience both as a player and a lobbyist for the sport of airsoft? And can we please start with Matt?
Hi there, my name's Matt Furey-King. I have been an Airsoft player since about 1995, when Airsoft was very new to the UK. I helped run a site and helped that site grow through this very different period back in the 90s when Airsoft was kind of underground and a little bit like nobody kind of knew where we stood. Up to the modern period when things are sort of it's a mainstream sport over here. I lived in Hong Kong for a little while and played over there, where I got quite into IPSC shooting. These days, I'm mostly into milsim, and I quite like playing in big games in Eastern European games in Scandinavia. Ran a YouTube channel for a little while. Everyone does that, right? Lobbying-wise, back in 2009, I founded UCAPU, which is the UK's most successful airsoft organisation. It's still running strong today, something I'm very proud of. I was chairman for the majority of the last 10 years, including during the period in 2017, 2016, when the policing crime bill came through and we had to push back quite heavily about some elements in that. So I've interacted with the police, government, opposition parties, border agencies and airsoft trade associations. And I was also the president of the European Airsoft Association on and off since 2011.
Thank you. What about yourself, Joachim?
Well, my name is Joachim Dekkers. I live in the Netherlands, Europe, and I'm the co-founder and honorary chairman of the Dutch Airsoft Association. I'm co-founder and former president of the European Airsoft Federation. In 2016, I was appointed as a Knight in the Order of Orange Nassau by His Majesty the King of the Netherlands for my expertise and achievements for the airsoft sport in my country and the European Union. And as an international airsoft sport ambassador, I advise enthusiasts and clubs and associations, as well as governments and police, on the sport of airsoft.
Right. And you've been doing this for about how many years now, the lobbying work?
Since 2004.
Right. Okay, so how popular is the sport of airsoft in your country, Joachim?
Well, it's very popular. The Dutch Airsoft Association has approximately 24,000 members, and we are the fastest growing sports association in this country. But you have to keep in mind that the sport of airsoft is only possible since 2013.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Matt, what can you tell us about the UK? How big is it there?
Well, airsoft in the UK is big news. It's plateaued somewhat in the last 10 years, but up to that point, the rise has been astronomical. Like I say, it was quite an obscure thing back when I started, but now it's really quite mainstream. I'd say the majority of the public have heard of it, and they understand a little bit about it. It's quite well accepted. It's pretty much on par with paintball, which paintball is a very big hobby, so that's quite a big milestone. We've got about 60,000 players, maybe 80 specialist retailers, and probably 150 dedicated playing sites.
Right. Okay, so both of you have been also lobbying for the sport of airsoft at the level of the European Union. How big, how popular would you say the sport of airsoft is in the European Union and also perhaps worldwide, if you have any of that information?
Well, it's difficult to put the numbers on the EU because some of the countries that don't participate in the sort of English-speaking airsoft world. They're a little bit they kind of keep it within their own borders. So it's difficult to put their numbers on how many people are playing. But it's significant in every country. There's no countries in Europe where they don't play airsoft. I've been travel around a bit, and it is popular everywhere. Worldwide, Asia is still a hub for manufacturing, and it's still very popular in Asia, like Philippines and Japan. It's mainstream. It's like a well-known national sport in both those countries, and of course, America, Russia. There's airsoft communities over the whole world.
I know there are also events that are ran at the global level, and I know G&G, for example, runs a World Championship. Joachim, would you have anything to add to what Matt said, and perhaps give an overview of these worldwide competitions?
Yeah, I will share some numbers with regarding the European Union. In Europe, it's also very popular. I can say that there are more than 300,000 airsoft sport enthusiasts in Europe. More than 10 million EU citizens own air guns and airsoft devices. For example, the retail value of our sport in the European Union is estimated at 320 million euros, and it provides approximately 5,000 jobs. Worldwide, it's even bigger than that. But we don't have the exact numbers on that because the airsoft sport is not a young sport, but we've only started organizing on national levels with associations 10, 15 years ago. So at the moment, it's difficult to put worldwide numbers on that. But for the EU, I just give you an estimate.
That sounds good. So, what attracts players to the sport of airsoft? What makes it so appealing and popular? And perhaps, if we need to make a parallel to similar sports as paintball, please feel free to do so.
Well, in my opinion, which is backed up by a recent study done by an esteemed sports institute here in the Netherlands, what attracts the players and what's so appealing and popular is, for example, competing with friends during games, the positive physical and mental challenge which our sport brings, and the fact that our sport brings people together from all walks of life.
Right. Yeah. Matt, what would you say? Would you have to add something?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think airsoft is it's real. I think that's the one thing that really pops out about airsoft. People are used to interacting online, used to playing games online and esports, but airsoft is a real physical thing where you launch a little projectile at someone. Everything really exists. There's no sort of you don't have this limited imagination kind of game. It really exists, and you get to experience nature. You get to test yourself. You get to let off a little bit of steam. That's really important too, because people don't really have an outlet. The modern world's sort of very regimented, and that's very healthy.
Yeah. So it's about experiencing these great feelings we see in all the action movies of camaraderie and adrenaline and the rush and the teamwork in a very safe environment with your friends. Would that be a good description?
Absolutely, get to let it out in a harm-free way and do it with your friends too.
Yeah, but also don't forget about the other disciplines we have, the other branches, which is static shooting and practical shooting. Static shooting is not being played in a team, but it's individual. And with the practical shooting competitions going on, it can be in teams or as an individual as well. So we focus on these three disciplines within the sport of airsoft.
So when you say one further thing is the collecting aspect as well. People love the airsoft guns; they're really cool things, and people like to collect them.
So would you say these last three aspects that you've highlighted recently, that would make paintball somewhat different? That would make airsoft somewhat different than paintball, or recently what we've experienced here in Australia with gel blasters. Would this be one of those sides that would make airsoft more appealing than other similar sports?
For me, Airsoft is it's got the immersive aspect that gel ball doesn't have. So, yeah, you sort of frequently find yourself with the gel balls dropping in front of you, and and you can't get that kind of immersive feeling when you get an Airsoft.
So it would be a performance aspect to it.
Yeah, I think that's the main change difference between Gelsoft and Airsoft.
Yeah. What do you say, Joachim? Would these items sort of make it more appealing than the similar sports, or?
Yes, absolutely. And I don't consider paintball or Gelsoft to be similar as the airsoft sport. Okay. It's three separate things.